Oh, a microphony.
And a phony at the mic.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
The Doctor of Discernment is now online.
You know, much like my show, in that it's a local reaction to things that are happening on a federal level.
Dispensing a daily dose of common sense. No prescription required.
Wow, do I have a boatload of stuff for you, from the crazy to the absurd. Let's start getting into it because, I mean, it is bizarro world out there. And I say, if it's obvious to me, should be obvious to everybody. Oh, wow. Who could have seen this coming?
This is the Fourth Hour with Greg Belfrage.
Hold on to your butts.
Broadcasting from the basement bunker beneath Kettle Radio. Welcome to the Fourth Hour. Okay, we did it. We hit over 500 subscribers on YouTube. Big thanks to all of you. Now I'm shooting for 600. If you're not a subscriber yet to the Greg Belfrage Show on YouTube, please become one. Hit that subscribe button. Would very, very much appreciate it. And I'm so grateful to have all of you on board. So let's get underway. The White House is rejecting allegations now that the president is considering firing. Can this be true? Firing Kristi Noem. This is a report from the Bulwark, and which I don't believe is credible. That's my own perspective. And so Abigail Jackson of the White House said, Secretary Noem is doing a great job implementing the president's agenda, making America safe again. And this Bulwark report said it was made clear that Trump is considering moving on from Noem. And this is according to former Department of Homeland Security officials who are still in touch with current staff. So they're out. They're not there anymore. Yeah, but even though we're not there, you know, we're in touch with people who are. So we're very connected. We're very connected. Yeah, I just don't buy it. And neither does the White House. And Abigail Jackson said anonymous former staffers pretend to know what the president is thinking, and the Bulwark treats them as credible. That's what this report and the Bulwark is total fake news. It is. The Bulwark report is totally fake news, the Bulwark. But so that's what they're out there reporting, and the White House responding to that. The president also told reporters, this was prior to the Kennedy Center honors over the weekend, and the president cast doubt on whether Vladimir Zelensky is ready to back the latest peace proposal. And he said, I have to say that I'm a little bit disappointed that President Zelensky hasn't yet read the proposal. That was as of a few hours ago. The president said his people love it, but he hasn't. Russia's fine with it. So Zelensky apparently has not even read the proposal, according to the president. Scott Bessent is the Secretary of the Treasury. And Bessent was responding to Ilhan Omar, talking about the Minnesota Somali community, and she was on one of the Sunday shows over the weekend. And Bessent then ripped Omar for gaslighting the American people. So after the president had responded, you'll remember, to that fraud scheme. We talked about that last week. There was a widespread fraud scheme in Minnesota, particularly Minneapolis, and a number of folks, members of the Somali community, who were involved with that. And so the president responded to that, and he terminated temporary protected status for Somalis in Minnesota. So Bessent followed that up And he says the Treasury Department is going to investigate these allegations that money was diverted into this Somali terrorist organization. And Bessent told CBS News yesterday, we'll see where it goes, but I can tell you that it's terrible. And he went after Ilhan Omar for downplaying the scheme. She is, I don't know. I think Ilhan Omar has comes from the Kamala Harris school of, politics, where you hear her speak and it's like, what did she just say? It's not because you don't understand her. She speaks very, very clearly. But the words make no sense. So she's talking, but it's just, there's absolutely nothing there. And Bessent criticized Ilhan Omar for downplaying the scheme. And he said, it was very tough to know how this money should be used. She was gaslighting the American people. So Omar said she was grateful that the fraudsters are being held accountable. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I bet. So Omar was on Face the Nation, then after Bessent. So then Brennan asked Omar to respond to Bessent's comments, and she said, I don't think the secretary himself understands what he's referring to. I'll tell you, my money's on Scott Bessent over Ilhan Omar any day. The guy is highly intelligent. He is highly intelligent. And I listened to him speak, and it's Ilhan Omar. I listened to her, and again, it's like I'm looking for some substance in. I hear words and I understand it, but I'm looking for substance in what she says, and it's just not there. President Trump also commenting on Netflix and the news that they potential merger between Netflix and Warner Brothers Discovery. The president now is weighing in on this because this can set up an incredible monopoly. And when you now have Netflix owning HBO and HBO Pictures and totally under Netflix rather than as a separate company. So the president praised Netflix and its CEO, but he was speaking at the Kennedy Center honors event, and he said, yeah, this could be a problem. He said, I'll be involved in that decision, the president said. And so it's an $83 billion deal for Warner Brothers. And the president said, we'll have to go through the process to see what happens. And again, he spoke very well of the CEO of Netflix, Ted Sarandos. He said he's a fantastic man. I have a lot of respect for him, but it's a lot of market share. He's a great person. He's got a lot of interesting things happening aside from what you're talking about, but it is a big market share. There's no question about it. It could be a problem. So we'll see what winds up happening as to whether or not Netflix is going to be able to finalize that deal with Warner Brothers Discovery. New York Post has this story. President Joe Biden was warned by his advisors that his immigration plans could lead to chaos, quotes, chaos at the U.S. border, but he ignored them, according to a newly uncovered memo. So his team doled out the advice to Biden. So this would be Biden's team doling out advice when he was still campaigning. And his advisors said a potential surge could create chaos and a humanitarian crisis, overwhelm processing capacities. What did we see? That's exactly what we saw. Imperil the agenda of the new administration. So this is prior. These are things that were written prior to Joe Biden actually taking the oath and being sworn in. So the memo warned that a huge influx was possible given Biden's approach. And his team offered up steps that Biden could use to thwart an influx of illegal migrants, including ways to reject immigration claims, potentially holding asylum seekers in reception centers until their cases could be heard. We saw none of that. It didn't do any of that. Instead, it was, oh, if you go in front of a judge, we'll get you a case in 30 years. Yeah, come back in 20 years. Come back in 20 years and we'll hear your claim there. Then, right? I mean, the whole thing is, so the more we learn, it just verifies what you and I already knew and what we saw, how ugly it was during the Joe Biden administration. New York Post has a piece. Woke white women have been melting down over Pantone revealing that its annual color of the year is a shade of, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Is it, and when these sneezes come, you get them like in, forgive me, I apologize, excuse me. They come almost always 2, usually 3 or 4 when I sneeze. But let's move on. Pantone revealing its color of the year is a shade of white. And you've got women saying the choice is tone deaf, and it's proof that the whitewashing of America has gone too far. So the company announced last week its color choice for next year, Cloud Dancer. It's a bland off-white shade that Pantone insisted served as a symbol of calm in a hectic society. Scores of white women immediately took to social media as they accused the company of race baiting and trying to stir up controversy similar to Sydney Sweeney and the American Eagle jeans campaign. Really? I mean, what is this? So one woman on TikTok, let's be honest, whiteness is being weaponized everywhere right now. It's in our politics, our media, our police forces, our borders. What the hell are these people talking about? This is like, off the wall nuts. Another who said it's not just out of touch, it's symbolic. It's a reminder of who still controls the narrative. Oh my God, this is just too much. Another who said Pantone choosing white or cloudy days as color of the year is a political statement. Call me too woke. I don't care. I don't think I'm wrong. No, I'm afraid you're wrong. And this just goes on. It's a story at the New York Post. It just goes on and on. The reactions from people, you know how social media is. I mean, you get people, they jump on and then they just beat that issue over and over again. Incredible. I think if you got both feet on the ground, you just have to laugh at a lot of this stuff. I mean, getting that worked up and, commenting on oh man, I just don't get it. I shared this story on the air this morning. I want to give you some more details on it. This is a Cinnabon employee who wound up being fired after she was filmed racially abusing a Somali couple at a mall in Wisconsin. It's a 43-year-old woman by the name of Crystal Wilsey of Wisconsin. And this video went viral on social media, and it shows her hurling the N-word and other vitriol during an argument with these customers and, flipping them off, giving them the bird and dropping the N-bomb and which I'm just like, whoa, man. Folks who do that, I just don't get it. I mean, well, she winds up being fired from the job. Okay. Which you knew that was coming, right? So she winds up fired from the job. I didn't see this earlier. I just saw this now. Give, Send, Go fundraiser appeared shortly after the video circulated, raising money for this woman who was fired to cover her living and legal costs. It's garnered more than 20,000 donations in 2 days. Okay, crazy enough that she is saying that stuff. Now you've got people who are donating to the tune of $20,000 to order for what? For what? For what benefit? Why should she have been fired? You're working at a Cinnabon and you're giving the bird and you're, using the N-word and with a Somali couple. Why in the hell would anybody want to support that in any way? I mean, I absolutely have no idea. That's why the world needs people like me. I want to thank you for being here. You have made it to the end of the video, so you are part of my gallery of champions. Special salute to the Bunker Brigade. Those are the folks that are here each and every day. They're commenting. And I see they've been busy commenting. Appreciate hearing from all of you. Thank you so much. Again, if you're not a subscriber on YouTube, please become a subscriber. We're shooting for 600 subscribers. We just broke the 500 mark late last week. Thanks to you. Appreciate having all of you here. So until tomorrow, my friend, I'm underground and gone.